My name is Kati Torda. I came to Ghana in 1979 following my young student husband who returned after 6.5 years studies in Hungary.
Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on this channel, my name is Anahita. I live in Ghana and I make videos about Ghana, my life in Ghana, life of people in Ghana. And this series that you're watching is called Ghana, My New Home. Ghana, My New Home is a project about people who relocated to Ghana from different parts of the world and decided to start a project or a business. If you like this video, please share it with people that you think might like this video as well. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm so excited for you guys to watch this episode and learn more about Kati's story in Ghana. So let's get back to her story.
I followed him as a wife, not speaking English. When I was 20 years old, just after my school, I spoke no English. So it helped that I didn't speak the language. So I couldn't be obnoxious with my questions and whys and nots. Only my husband knew them. By the time I learned the language, my mood was tempered, and I had to accept that there are 20+ million those days were living by the logic that is not familiar to me. So I came here, so I have to adopt. And those days was also a bit of a hardship, which got harder because there was a 5-year drought at the time. So we really had to know what we are cooking, how to plant. We ate banana with zomi, the fine palm oil. We ate a lot of beans, we had some yam, we had the fresh food that we could afford, and we queued for 2-kilo blackfish in the city's cold store. So I had to queue for a chit, then you got the chit, you go to pay, then you go to the store to collect your 2-kilo frozen fish. He took up a job in Aquatia as a teacher because he couldn't get a job. In fact, he was asked by a minister, "Why did you come back?" Him coming back, wanting to build his country, was one of my source of pride of him. He accepted a teaching position in Aquatia in the St. Rose's Secondary School, so he was a math and additional math tutor. It came with accommodation and the regular income, so he took it. Eventually, when we moved to Accra, he got a petroleum engineering job and went offshore to work and things. And I was employed by the Hungarian embassy, press secretary, translator, I did macrame, the hand technique knotting. So I looked for local ingredients at the village market, how to decorate my macrame to show that I'm in Ghana. And beads were the objects I bought at first. I used more and more beads in my macrame until the beads took over the macrame design. The bead connection also happened when I went to my husband's hometown in the Volta region, not far from Ho, Chomeafedo, and I was greeted with a bracelet. And they were beads on an individual string, and those strings were turned into a bracelet. So when they made a little celebration where I was appointed a father and a mother from a different clan from my husband's own, they came to greet us, and everybody who donated a bead looked for the bead on my hand and they said, "It's from me to you, welcome." Started learning about beads and learning the names of the beads. I said, "Who made those beads? I want to meet those people." And I did. And meanwhile, my husband had an auntie with a nice collection, so she was telling me the value and the presence and who and when and why they wear it. There was a time I find myself going to the market with a bottle of schnapps and extra money for the translator because the Queen Mother agreed to talk to me. Because she was selling beads, but you can't just be a buyer and ask all the knowledge. So I respect the seller. Then I go to library to read some more. So I discovered Kofi Antubam, Ghana's Heritage of Culture. He's my constant reference. And I have friends whose grandchild is now selling beads in the market. So for them, I'm of the same name, Enyonam's mommy.
to give us a tour of the shop?
Yes, please. Of course, my greatest pleasure. So we have keychains, we have shawls, we have toys, we have candle stands, we have Ghana's old dolls that are the first industrially produced toys in Ghana since 1953. Then canted by different producers, but of course beads are in focus. I created candle stands saying that, well, if the beads are too big for the neck, then decorate your home with them. So there are antique beads, there are locally produced beads, and here you see paper beads from Uganda. The bone beads are from Togo and Benin, clay beads from Burkina Faso, and these are modern beads which are painted over one by one. I also had a customer who bought a very expensive antique bead. She said, Kati, you make it for waist width for me. I said, new boyfriend? He said, no. I just stopped. I'm tired of putting on weight. Then she said, when it's getting tight, I skip dinner until it's loose again because I can't afford to add to this one. The concept of beads of a lifetime, I invented a bracelet. I said, if you never possess any beads or you don't know what to do, is a short course for the meanings of beads. In one bracelet, you have your beads of a lifetime. Baby beads, your children's, your waist bead, festivals, funerals, celebrations. So you have horn, you know the zebu horn. There are craftsmen in Choco and Dansoman who make horn into jewelry. Sometimes I make gigantic jewelry for fashion shows, and to exhibit them, I create a frame. But also big ones. It's not heavy. It may be big and unusual, but hello. And I make big ones. They are fit for a home decoration. These are also antique Italian trade beads.
What's that?
Earrings from Mali. You see, that's how it's used. UNESCO enabled us have this book, Ghana, where the bead speaks. So I edited, because my favorite subject is the role of beads in the life of Ghanaians. So we were at the market, Amata Edu, myself, Esiat Sutherland, Adi, and then talking to a trader. So it was at the market, it was the bead making. So UNESCO allowed us to put it together, and the Hungarian man pre-financed the printing, and then we have it now. This is our bead terrace with our bead buffet. And this is where we offer classes, bead stringing, design classes. I hosted here children from the Osu Children's Library, Nungua Children's Library. They were here to listen to the bead stories. The Dadesen is a locally cast aluminium pot. I searched for the smallest one that I could do because I want people to use it as their jewelry pot. Locally produced stars with the kauri, just festive decorations. Dated the year, so in case you want to collect some trade. So the aluminium is hammered in Nima by local craftsman Baba Ali. I had already 2 clients who take this as their Christmas tree. Many people think beads, since many beads are made in Europe and imported here, is not Ghana's culture. I said, so long as you name it, you own it. And they gain a new life, and that new life belongs here. I am imported, and now I'm a Ghanaian, look at me. People say, Kati, how can you make new designs after all these years? I said, just liken beading to music. There are only 7 notes, but people haven't stopped composing music. The story of beads is the story of time, of human life and history. The story of beads, my dear child, is yesterday, of today, and ever. Ama Ataedu, the late.